Julie, who are taking their chances.
I wish we were on a boat.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and we're so jealous of you, especially because the weather's cooperating. You know, we have our sea surface temperatures in the upper 80s. We have our winds calm and a very light chop out in the waters. So as we take a look live outside, spectacular, right? First light over the horizon with a southeast breeze at 3 miles per hour. Looking great from our Hollywood Beach cam. Still pretty dark from our Fort Lauderdale Tower cam, but that'll lighten up. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s, well above average. Average low should be 78. We're nowhere near that. You factor in the relative humidity to the air temperature. We feel like the 90s and those mid to upper 80s. All right, let's talk about the rainfall forecast. Not much is expected. Very similar forecast as yesterday. We saw an AM coastal shower around 4:30 to 5:30 for you in the coast from 5th Street all the way up towards Surfside. Now any rain that does develop will be sea breeze driven. It looks as though the storms do start to spark right after 3, 4, 5 o'clock and mainly favor inland Broward and Miami-Dade. Very similar conditions to yesterday. So metro coastal areas, much of you just east of 95 will stay mostly dry later this afternoon, but we'll be feeling the heat. Heat indices well into the triple digits. 100 to 104 degrees is expected. So as for rain, as you heard me mention, that one shower that moved through has already pushed offshore. It rolled through 5th Street, Miami Beach, into Surfside. And since then, we've been dry. I've been looking at the Keys, but nothing much to talk about. Let's go to the tropics, where we're also excited that there's not much to talk about for the next 7 days. More on the forecast. I've got it coming up.
All right, South Florida still monitoring an incident on the turnpike in Broward County. As the sun comes out, we get a better view of what's happening out there on those northbound lanes. We can see that just one lane mainly seems to be blocked at this hour. Let's take a look into our maps because there's a new crash that has popped up in Miami-Dade. This is on I-95 southbound, right as you approach the 195. Your speed's coming in at 24 miles per hour, so definitely pack some patience. So we have a crash mixed with morning traffic, not a good mix at all. So that's where you're going to see some heavier delays than usual. So if you are traveling in that area, there's just one lane blocked. I'll keep you updated when things start to clear up. But as for that crash on the turnpike, even though we see that they are clearing things up out there, unfortunately, delays are sticking around on those northbound lanes. You might want to hop on 95 because 95 isn't seeing one delay. As for those northbounders on the turnpike, if you are continuing to take this area, as you approach Griffin Road, that is where your speeds will slow down to 7 miles per hour. You can always get on after Sterling Road. That is your best bet just to avoid any heavy delays. Alex, Eric.
25, and we are all about our lobster mini season in full force. So here's the forecast. Today we'll have winds moving in from the south about 5 to 10 miles per hour and moving into the seas. We're at 2 feet for Broward and Miami-Dade. For you in the Keys, also 2 feet. Bays will be at a light chop. Near shore waters also a light chop for both conditions today. Going into tomorrow, we'll have more of a southwesterly wind direction, and that's about 5 to 10 knots. Still keeping the seas around 2 to 3 feet with the bays at a light chop. And as for temperatures, look at this. Our highs are going to be in the 90s. The actual water temperature is in the upper 80s and the low 90s along our coastline with a very low risk of rip currents. UV index at an extreme. Wow, look at this fantastic start to your Wednesday. Nothing but dry conditions and crystal clear skies out there. Temperatures are in the lower 80s, so you know with that sunshine, we're just going to continue to heat up. Winds again variable from the south, southeast. Dew points mid to upper 70s. It is a sticky, steamy start to your Wednesday. Feels like temperatures are in the upper 80s and low 90s. As for rain, we had one shower that developed very early this morning if you're just joining us, but the roads could be still a little wet. But 5th Street all the way towards Surfside and in towards Hallandale Beach Boulevard, and then the shower pushed offshore. Widening the view nationally, it's all about this storm system bringing some showers and storms to parts of the Midwest and to parts of the Great Lakes, and where we could see some more severe weather as well by Chicago and parts of St. Louis to the northeast, Denver and Montana. Then ahead of this front, it's all about the heat. Millions of Americans still under heat alerts, from heat advisories to extreme heat warnings, anywhere from St. Louis all the way down towards Mississippi. Notice that the heat advisory stopped just north of Lake Okeechobee. Really, the northern half of our state has really been dealing with these heat indices in the triple digits. 108 expected today for Tampa, tomorrow 106, 107 in Jacksonville. For us, we have that ocean breeze, so that's why we have not been meeting those heat advisories yet, though today mostly sunny and dry. Much of the shower activity stays well to the west. Tomorrow we could be talking about a possible heat advisory. We'll continue to watch the forecast, but overall, the forecast is called for those triple digits. Heat-related impacts, again, we could see the issue of if you're staying outside too long, heat exhaustion, so make sure you're staying hydrated, limit your time outdoors. Again, I want to go over that 8.7 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Russia. We have that latest update that the tsunami advisory is now in effect for the west coast of the United States and for the Hawaiian Islands. Now, I want to make sure you understand what a tsunami is. It's not just like a normal beach wave that comes on shore. What happens is the Earth's plates basically rub together underwater, clashing back and forth. It's called the fault line. And then what happens as that happens, the air starts to lift. The earthquake causes more of a vertical push in the seawater. And then we do watch that possibility of that seawater pushing well in towards the waves into shallow waters. And that grows the height of the waves. And that's why we do watch for that concern when we talk about the plate tectonics, especially across the Pacific, the west coast of the United States, in towards Russia, in towards the Hawaiian Islands. As for now, though, things seem to calm down. For us here in South Florida, it's all about the heat, the humidity, highs in the 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits.
South Florida delays continue to build out there on the turnpike in Broward County. Look at this from our traffic camera showing you that bumper to bumper traffic. Don't you hate to get stuck in it? And look at that. On top of the crash that we have on the turnpike, we also have a broken down car that is blocking off one lane. So just not a good mix out there if you're traveling northbound. What you want to do is hop on the turnpike well after you get to Sterling Road. That is where things start to get back in the green. But in the meantime, if you are traveling northbound, your speeds will come in as low as 11 miles per hour. Of course, I'm going to keep you updated when things start to update out there, but we don't know when that's going to happen. We have seen miles of delays for a couple of hours now. As for Broward County, that's what's going on there. Miami-Dade 95 southbound, there's a crash right near Northwest 195th. The left lane is blocked there, so pack some patience. Your speed's coming in as low as 11 miles per hour.
The goal of Zero Drownings is to get 20,000 new kids to learn how to swim. Again, it is all free. To get information on how to sign up and see more of our swim safety stories, just scan the QR code on your screen right now.